Missed it. Chamberlain. Foul.
Nice lead pass. Russo, and what a job of blocking a shot by Cunningham.
Here's Wilt Chamberlain coming up with another rebound. It has been his rebounding in the second quarter that has brought the West back.
Time running out. Erickson just heaved it up, and Chamberlain put it in.
Lucas, 79-74, Los Angeles, 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Frazier's shot. Blocked by Chamberlain, taken out of there by Hairston. Give it to West. Missed the shot. Goodrich the rebound. Missed the shot. Chamberlain missed. Oh!
Another 4-point play. The block shot and scoring.
People seem to think that your friendship with him helped you a little bit competitively because he liked you so much.
That's a crock. Do you know what the NBA rebound record is?
It's 55 rebounds by Wilt Chamberlain.
You know who the other center was that night?
It was Bill Russell.
Now, how's that taken easy?
Chamberlain misses, gets his own rebound.
Rogers shoots. Chamberlain with the rebound. Put. Go in. Russell had his hands on the ball, but Chamberlain forced it through. A remarkable shot on a fine defensive play.
Sports Illustrated had a cover and said, "Is Dennis Rodman the best rebounder ever?"
Oh, God.
And Wilt was so annoyed. And I cleaned it up saying annoyed. He says, I had more rebounds a quarter than he had a whole game.
Wilt manages 25 rebounds in the first half.
This year, we're a team that had the talent that allowed Wilt to play the style of ball he did this year. It was not necessary for him to carry the whole load offensively.
My first 7 years, I scored a lot of points. Then I stopped scoring on my own volition. I tried to do other things. I was asked to do other things, and that's what I did. If I had continued to score, I would probably be averaging 40 points for my whole lifetime. All the years while I was usually scoring all those points, I was leading the league in percentile shooting. And that's also important because if you take all the shots, then you should be making the highest percentage.
Though he yielded the scoring title this year, he paced the league in field goal percentage with a brilliant .683, the NBA's most valuable player.
7 scoring titles, 9 shooting titles, 11 rebound titles.
When he was in the latter part of his career, the news media or somebody would walk up to him and say, you can't score anymore. 50, 60, and then they go back to passing the ball and whatever.
Wilt scores 22 in the first half.
45 points, 27 rebounds.
Wilt has a great night with a total of 41 points.
46 points and 31 rebounds. He's murder around the basket.
Here's McMillan missing. Forced the shot. Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain naturally is the most devastating player in the league right now. He's so big and strong. And
I believe Wilt Chamberlain proved himself this year to be the greatest player in the history of this game of professional basketball. We've known for years that Wilt could score with the best of them and establish scoring records. One year he even averaged 50 points a game, and in that year even had a 100-point effort in one single game. But this year Wilt got the goal that he wanted. He won the whole thing. He proved to everyone that he's a winner and that he could play on the greatest team, play center for the greatest team in the history of this game of basketball. Wilt has the power, the strength to get the rebounds, and offense, we weren't relying upon Wilt to do all of our scoring for us. We relied on Wilt to play the center position and open things up so everyone could score. And I've got to say this, when we got in trouble, Wilt may not have scored a great many points through the whole year, but when we got in trouble, we did go to the big guy and he responded with the big points when we needed him.
Scoring and scoring. The weapon the fans still love most is the stuff. Wilt style.
Chamberlain with a rebound. Taps it in. Chamberlain taps it in. Boy, what a tap he made that time.
The team that controls the backboards controls the game. And Wilt under the boards. To ensure the lead, Wilt goes wild. Off an inch, and Chamberlain's there. With the big man under the boards, a miscalculation can turn into a scoring opportunity.
Chet Walker. Basket is good by Chamberlain. A fantastic left-handed tap-in by Wilt Chamberlain.
Going in for the layup. Up with the shot. No good. Chamberlain rebounds. Good! Chamberlain rebounds and scores, and he's fouled.
Almost blocked by Russell. And the basket is then good, followed up by Chamberlain.
Jerry West. Tip. Chamberlain.
Basket by Chamberlain.
In the final seconds, Wilt is fouled by K.C. Jones. Although not the greatest foul shooter, Wilt can make them when there is something at stake. Today, it's only the last 2 points in the game. The end of a perfect day with a record 41 rebounds to his credit.
The greatest scorer in NBA history can still hit the hoop.
In fact, Wilt became the first player ever to shoot over 70% for a full season. And for the 11th time, he led the league in rebounding.
His last season in the NBA, he averaged 18 rebounds a game with the Los Angeles Lakers. He walked away from the game without any fans there. He just said, I'm finished.
Wilt Chamberlain's playing with 4 of my freshmen against Magic, Bernard King, James Worthy, Byron Scott, and Green. And it's game point. Magic throws a sky hook, Wilt blocks it, Magic calls game. And Wilt says, that wasn't goaltending, that was a clean block. And Magic took the ball, he said, game over, next. And Wilt said, hey coach, was that goaltending? I said, no, that was a clean block. Magic says, what do you think he's gonna say? They're his kids. And Wilt says, all right, look, we're gonna play a game till 12. Winner stays, and there'll be no more shots made at this basket. He blocked every shot. 43 years old. He was blocking everything. It was unbelievable.
Somebody used to play in those 80s games, who I asked who's the best player you ever played with or against, told me it was about a 50-year-old Wilt Chamberlain at those UCLA pickup games. He was that kind of physical presence.
Russell or Wilt? That's impossible. It's impossible. If you look at statistics, it would tell you that Wilt Chamberlain's far superior player. If you look at winning championships, Russell would be the far superior player. Give a coach to take one of the two of them, I'm sure a lot of them would take Wilt Chamberlain. And I love Bill Russell. He's one of my best friends. But he played on a team where Wilt maybe didn't have the kind of players surrounding him he needed to win.
You know, people keep telling me, oh yeah, who's the greatest center? And they keep throwing out these names and they're saying Russell. Oh, you know, Bill Russell is the greatest center in the history of the game for helping a team achieve championships. But from the standpoint of picking a player with the skills required to play the center position on both ends of the court, there isn't anyone that comes close to what Wilt Chamberlain accomplished.
Michael's the greatest two-guard to ever play the game and one of the most exciting players to ever put on a uniform. But to say that he's the greatest player ever and that he was a greater player than Wilt Chamberlain is ludicrous. Wilt Chamberlain was the most dominant and the greatest center to ever play the game, bar none. I mean, I love, you can talk about Kareem and you can talk about Shaq and you talk about Hakeem Olajuwon. There's no one that is close to what Wilt Chamberlain did in his career.
Best center, Russell or Chamberlain?
Chamberlain.
Best player ever, Michael Jordan or LeBron James or someone else?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Really?
90. Here's a guy, hasn't played in 40 years, still has 90-some records on the book.